Beast, I'm a man of God. Boy, don't play around with me, better play your part. If you step up to me, better have a heart. We pull up on them streets where they scared to park. What I'm saying is we like creators, we poppin'. The prophets, the greatest of all time. I don't rock with niggas with small minds. You pull up on me, then it's wartime. We used to be ignorant, was killing our children. We heal them and feed them the law now. Just load up my heat, I got more rounds. In this Bible on me like my 4 pounds. So forget what they talking, my people ignore the hate. Doctors be casting them back down. We gon' tell you the truth and destroy the fake. But anyway, we pop like soda, yeah, we building soldiers. And plus we got more to make. Saints got the building on lock. Israelite gang, we the cream of the crop. This for those thieves trying to steal what we got. On this Sabbath, go straight to your block. My boy, he a beast, yeah, he know what he teaching. My G, so don't play up my eye. We know what we reading, pull up, we gon' feed them on me. We don't play with them ops. And all of us leaders, we pull up in legions. OT, so don't play with the props. Yeah. On this Sabbath, go straight to your block. My boy, he a beast, yeah, he know what he teaching. My G, so don't play on my eye. We know what we reading, pull up, we gon' feed them on me. We don't play with them ops. And all of us leaders, we pull up in legions. OT, so don't play with the prophets. Yeah, stop. The prophets just step on your block. Teaching repentance unless you like David, young nigga, stop slanging them rocks. I know life is crazy, you just had a baby and probably grew up with no pops. I just seen a video out in Lil Haiti and them babies ain't got on no socks. Damn, redo the Deuteronomy so you can see that our people have really been cursed for real. Yeah, we come from the dirt for real. And shit could get worse for real. His words are like fire, our people the wood, tread lightly cause you could get hurt for real. He said one jot or one tittle, one pass from the law, and we still on this earth for real. Facts, yeah. Fact check, Jews, black check, kingdom, access to who? Israel, you know them 12, that's right, 12 gates, heathen, pale face, hell's great. On this Sabbath, go straight to your block. My boy, he a beast, yeah, he know what he teaching. My G, so don't play on my eye. We know what we reading, pull up, we gon' feed them on me. We don't play with them ops. And all of us leaders, we pull up in legions. OT, so don't play with the props. Yeah. On this Sabbath, go straight to your block. My boy, he a beast, yeah, he know what he teaching. My G, so don't play on my eye. We know what we reading, pull up, we gon' feed them on me. We don't play with them ops. And all of us leaders, we pull up in legions. OT, so don't play with the prophets. Yeah.
Pull up in your neighborhood, taking over everything that ain't good. You know that we should, you know that we right. We bringing the change, so pass me the mic. I come with the light, yeah, bringing the spiritual sight. Moving people with the spirit of Christ. We enduring in his power and might, yeah. One time for change, boots on the ground, no games. Revolutionary mind frame, build a nation, breaking every chain. Paid the debt, then we reflect the Most High. He put us in check, backslide, then we repent. The last ride, make it your best, don't have step. When we come through, we make the earth shake, sounding like an earthquake. The million is ours, wait for the hour. The word we about to take, revelations got them thinking, but we patiently waiting. Hitting the block, beating the block.
Sunday's got a long lineup. I can't name them all, but you can occupy yourself with music, definitely the word, and a lot of information, especially what's going on the earth right now. So the lineup begins tomorrow morning with Patient Saints, and then carry it right on to the last show, which is Wisdom Crieth outside of Austin.
Wake up to the Patient Saints, go ahead and grab your coffee. This truth is spreading across the globe. Our hidden history's alive with Deacon, take us through them times. Painted black faces right now, you know this not Jesus Christ. Raving the walls, we prophesying in the fire booth. Bringing more fire, word the Deacon Malachi. You the ending in the lion's den. We got the current events, wisdom crying out at 9 o'clock, come listen. We gon' set it off on Sundays.
Shalom, shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Sir. You're now tuned into WCO. That's right. That's right.
All praises. We gonna get it. We gonna get it.
We gonna get it. That's
we gonna
right.
get it, man.
All praise to the Most High. Officer Razes.
Officer Gedaliah.
Officer Lahad.
Officer Azariah.
Officer Asahel.
Officer Kilia.
That's right. That's right. We make up WCO. Okay,
That's right.
We got another show for you, Israel. Another episode. We're gonna go in tonight. We're gonna go in tonight.
We're gonna go in tonight,
yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
All praises.
Yes, sir. We're gonna deal with it tonight. But before we do that, let's go. Let's show the promos real quick. Let's show some promos. What's going on in the nation, real quick. Pull up that first one, yo.
Beautiful brown skin girl, I love you from your feet all up to your curls and all.
The Israelites, according to the Bible. This Bible is only for the 12 tribes of Israel. The scattered Israelites throughout the four corners of the earth.
Right. Tell y'all, brothers and sisters, this right here is a matter of life and death.
And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before thine eyes.
That prophecy is fulfilled today.
Right.
All right? Who those 12 tribes really are. Not that imposter, that Jewish person that lives over there in our land.
Woo, man, that thing right there, boy.
Bruh.
Hey, can we get applause for that thing,
For
man?
real.
That thing was fire,
Man,
bro.
that
Like,
thing- that's right.
all praise to Most High.
All praises. Hey, shout out to the deacons, the captains, the officers, the soldiers that's out there put it in their brick, man.
Hey, especially shout out to Officer Les.
That's right.
Austin's own, bro.
For real.
Hey, that thing was fire, man. They was out there putting in major work.
Major bricks. Major bricks.
That thing looked like a movie, man.
Yes,
like we
yeah.
about to go watch an epic trailer, bro.
Yep.
I wanted to see that thing, man.
And I know you caught that part at the end when the brother flyer dropped and he picked it up, right? Officer Lahad, I think you gotta. How you came into the truth, officer? How you found about this truth?
Yeah, so I mean, that's crazy how that happened. Cause I mean, the way I came in, it was just like that. I was walking to work one day, and next thing you know, a flyer just breezing in the wind, and it flew right down at my feet. I picked it up. It was a true image of Christ and everything. So I saw it out. I'm like, damn, this is it.
All praise.
So,
That's
man.
crazy.
All praise
That's
to Most
crazy,
High,
bro.
man.
So,
One flyer, bro.
One flyer. That's all it takes,
right.
man.
Hey, bro.
You hear that, Officer Kilai? What flyer?
Bring it out.
All praise.
That's
Man,
right.
shout out to the fly teams, man, the IUIC, man.
Yeah, man. Brothers
Fly's
put in
important,
major
man.
bricks.
Yeah, bro, for real.
All right. What's that next one? Play that next one, IT.
You talk to God in your dream. I talk to God when I read. It's fatal. We wire the brain cable. We fixing your face, facial. Standing strong and I'm ready for fight night. I'm striving and trying to be Christ-like, and you cannot block on my bright light. Got the armor of God, I'm a black knight. I got God on my side with the armor. Yeah, them demons get chopped, dumber. We popping up, collar. Stay in the word, water. I know they off on my soul. They trying to take on my honor. Pray to my God, Father. And I'm staying alive. I cannot be dead. I'm a go. It's time to go, go, go. Get ready, let's go, go, go. It's time to go, go, go. Get ready, let's go, go, go.
I ain't rolling this in no more. Get up, Bible, the heat so cold. With the prophets, we stand 10 toes. And my brothers, we won't break the code.
I am a prince, though I am a god. Open the Bible, I got all the zeal. Go in the world, that's in us for real. I got a shot and I go for the kill. Ain't ready for war, get your mind right. Cause I'm making it in like it's like Mike. Yeah, cause all of my brothers, they Christ like. And I'm saying my brothers say that's right. And we need to get back.
Woo! That's right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, all praises.
All praise.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to the whole Texas. We hit a blitz out there in, where's it? What's it called?
We went to Prairie View A&M University in Prairie View, Texas, and we went to Texas Southern in Houston.
That's right.
Wow.
So we blitzed them, right? You had IUIC Houston, Dallas, and Austin. We went out there. We set the streets on fire.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to Captain Arama. Shout out to Captain Nahum and Officer Karatazar. All right. The brothers putting in
I thought I
work
saw
out
you
there.
in there too, officer.
Oh yeah, we was out there, all right.
All right.
We
Shout
was
out to Officer Larry.
You already know. Bishop. Shout out to Bishop Kanai. He gave us the order. He said, "Send the troops out there."
All
So
praise to the Most
that's what
High,
we did.
man. All praises.
And Captain Lemuel, he was out there too. Yep. All
yep.
praises. All praises. So what's the? Yep. Play that next one. Let's go.
So we got a special announcement that y'all should be seeing everywhere and
That's
sharing.
right. Shout out to
everywhere.
the general. Let's
That's
go.
right.
Play that.
You might have billions of dollars, but you're going to war by yourself. All your friends.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
But don't worry, God has his army right here. You can't go to war without an army. You brothers better gird up your loins. Go ahead, come on.
Be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Might have
So
somebody's been listening.
They watching.
Somebody's been watching.
They watching. He said, I got a whole army with him. You know, he talking about IUIC and the Most High God. He got an army with him. That's right. That's right.
Praise to the Most High, man.
But all right, let's get into it. So we're going to get into the show now, right? The title of the show is Halloween, Unclean Fiends, and Drag Queens. All right?
The devil!
For real, I'm telling you. Hey, hide your kids. Yep, put those thumbnails up.
Hey, that's an interesting
What's the
title.
thumbnail at?
That's an interesting title. Hey,
we got the thumbnail. Did we already put it up?
now we're gonna pull it up after these. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Play some of these real quick. Show these real quick. It says Halloween is. Read that for us real quick, Officer.
Yes, sir. Hey, can you enlarge that just a little bit?
Just
There
not
you
just the. You
There
don't
you
gotta
go.
read the scripture, but just
Okay.
the.
Halloween is pagan.
Right. Next one.
Learn the truth about Halloween.
Yep. Go to the next one.
The horror of Halloween, paganism.
Right.
Don't let anyone trick you with their treats. Halloween is satanic.
Yes, it is.
That's right. Sinful tricks and deadly treats.
All right. So what's the thumbnail we got for the show today? Pull that up real quick.
Hey, man. Graphics team is on another level.
Another
bro.
level. Another level.
Man, shout out to all you graphic artists, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, bro.
For real. That's right. Yeah, pull that up.
What we got, man?
All right, so Halloween, Unclean Fiends, and Drag Queens.
The devil!
What I Officer Get Alive, what you showed me, man, today, that thing is,
Hey, man.
Bro.
Yeah, I told you, bro.
Disgusting.
I was going down a hole, bro. I was like, bro, get me back, bro. This hole is getting dark, bro.
Well, I'm
These people
telling
is
you.
wicked out here,
Wicked.
bro.
Evil.
Some straight demons out here, bro.
Right.
I didn't think it was at this. I didn't think it was this bad.
Yeah.
It's real
It's
bad,
bad out
now,
here.
man. It's real bad. So, we got to deal with it.
Yeah, we
You know what I'm
definitely gonna
saying?
deal with it.
I know there's a lot of buzz going on right now, the thing with Ye and Kyrie and all that stuff, but y'all know what's going to happen tomorrow. Our people still asleep. If they not listening to that, they going around. We was in the streets, actually, looking at them dressed up a certain way, man. So we got to bring some of this stuff out because some of our people still, they want to do it for the kids.
Right.
And we're going to show y'all something about them kids and what y'all doing to them.
That's right.
So-
Definitely. We definitely going to touch on that. So we're going to deal with the origin first, right? We're going to deal with the origin of Halloween and where it comes from. So let's pull that first video up.
Every year, millions of people around the country spill in the streets dressed as fairies, goblins, characters from their favorite movie franchise, and everything in between, partying and making mischief. But outside of a good time, how many know why they do it? Today, Halloween is a billion-dollar industry. But exactly how did it get there?
Timestamp at 1, remember.
While today Halloween is synonymous with commercialism, it wasn't always that way. The word Halloween comes from the words hallow, meaning holy person, and een, deriving as a contraction of Eve. And All Hallows Eve finds its origins all the way back in the time of the ancient Celtic pagans with the holiday of Samhain, a 3-day fire festival that
so let's
essentially
pause it right
celebrated
there.
death.
Pause it right there. So it says the origin of Halloween traces back to the Celts, right? If y'all been keeping up with Deacon Ithon, Our Hidden History, shout out to Deacon Ithon, Captain Joel, Officer Haim, Officer Jezreel. They've been going in. They've been showing how these different Germanic tribes, that was us, okay? That was Northern Kingdom. That was us. We was the ones in this folly dealing with Samhain, right? Because you have the Celts, the Danes, the Gauls, which is the Galatians, or the French, the Frenchmen, right? The Bretons. Who else? The Scythians, which is the Anglo-Saxons, or the angelic sons of Isaac, and the barbarians. Okay, so that was us dealing with all this paganism and all that folly. But Esau will show you that it was them, and no, that was us. We was doing that stuff. Okay,
Right.
so we're gonna get that real quick. Give me Acts 28 and 1.
Was there a little more on that though? That went into that?
Yeah, bring it back. Bring it back.
Just up until that 1 minute. I thought there was another point that you wanted to off of that.
Of Samhain, a 3-day fire festival that essentially celebrated death and rebirth. The Celts, who lived in what is now Ireland, Scotland, the UK, and parts of Northern Europe,
Stop.
based their
Stop. You see that? That's going into those different Germanic tribes. Thank you, officer. Thank you.
Right.
That's going into those different Germanic tribes. And Esau likes to take our history, okay? Everything it was Esau. Everybody was Esau. That's not true, okay? That was us, the barbarians. We was going off. That's why Paul, Barnabas, Silas, they was out there teaching those brothers, telling them to come back to repentance, okay? So give me that in Acts 28 and verse 1. You need a power read. We're going to read 1 through 6.
Yes, sir.
Get some history on this. We're going to show how the barbarians, they was pagan, and how Paul had to go teach them. Read.
The book of Acts, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And when they were escaped, then they knew that the island was called Melita.
Come on.
And the barbarous people.
The who?
The barbarous people.
Read on.
Showed us no little kindness, for they kindled a fire and received us every one because of the present rain and because of the cold.
So when it says they showed us no little kindness, meaning they helped them. They helped Paul and the disciples, right? Read on.
And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he had escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffereth not to live. And he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm.
Read on.
Howbeit, they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly, but after they had looked a great while and saw no harm came to him. They changed their minds.
Read on.
They changed their minds and said that he was a god.
That he was a what?
A god.
You see that? They started to worship Paul. They thought he was a god, okay? That goes into that pagan, how they was into paganism and all that stuff. So what was Paul doing? Go to Acts 15 real quick. Acts 15 and verse, I think it's verse 19. Right? These barbarians, they were Gentiles, okay? They were Gentiles, and we're going to prove that. Read.
Acts chapter 15, verse 19.
Bring it out.
Wherefore my sentence is that we trouble not them which from among the Gentiles are turned to God.
Watch this.
But that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols.
So this is what Paul was teaching them. Stop being idolaters, right? Read.
And from fornications.
From what?
And fornications.
Read on.
And from things strangled and from blood.
So Paul was teaching them the commandments, okay? That's what he was teaching them. Because why? They was going off. They was doing things like Samhain. These are the things that we was doing back then.
Right.
Okay? Two more real quick. Colossians 3 and 11. Because we mentioned the Scythians, right? That was another Germanic tribe.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Where there is neither Greek nor Jew.
Come on.
Circumcision nor uncircumcision. Barbarian.
Who?
Barbarian.
Read on.
Scythian.
And who?
Scythian.
Read on.
Bond nor free, but Christ is all and in all.
So what was Paul saying? That we are all Israel. Doesn't matter if you was barbarian, Scythian, Jew, or Greek. We are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
That's what he was teaching them. Last one, Amos chapter 7 and verse 16. Right? Because Scythian means Anglo-Saxon, right? Anglo-Saxon or the angelic sons of Isaac. Watch this. Amos chapter 7 and verse 16.
Amos chapter 7 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Now therefore hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac.
Against who?
Against the house of Isaac.
That's who they descend from, the house of Isaac, northern kingdom, okay?
Dang.
So that's what we was going off. We was going off into all these different idolatrous things like Sam Wayne, all right? So let's go back, just so we could get the history on who these Celts were. That was us doing this stuff.
So you wanted to pull that that's that
Oh yes, yeah. Let's pull up the video. So, because like I said, Deacon Ithon's been going into this history extensively, right? So there's a show on Netflix called Barbarians, and it gives a very good visual of how the barbarians was living, right? How the Celts and all these different Germanic tribes, how they was living, okay? So it's one thing when you have the deacon going into this history, now you got visuals, and then you read it for yourself, you could put the pieces together, right? But in the show on Netflix, of course, who are the barbarians?
Esau,
Edomites, but no, that was us.
Right.
That was us, and we're gonna show you that. Let's play it.
Es war ein Jahr des Friedens und des Heils. Neue Legionen sind auf dem Weg.
The world is a vampire sent to jail.
Rom wird bald angreifen.
This was when we was fighting Rome.
Zusammen kommen wir vielleicht auf 8000. Es wird nicht reichen, Alderich.
Hold you up to the flame.
Marbot, er hat 70.000 Mann.
What do I
Nun kämpfen wir. Zusammen.
Wirst uns unterstützen.
Oh, they were mad about that one, boy.
Yes. Yep.
Du legst unsere Zukunft in die Hände von Marbot.
Ich bin Rick.
Ich weiß nicht mehr, wer du eigentlich bist.
Du hast mein Leben zerstört.
So who are they fighting in this?
So they fighting against Rome, right? But you have the different tribes. They fight amongst themselves, and you have the main character trying to unite all the Germanic tribes to fight against Rome, because they would fight amongst each other. But you have that one leader that said, no, we got to unite and fight Rome. That's the true enemy, right?
So Esau, Rome, that's the real portrayal up in there.
Right. They playing themselves for real.
Right.
They playing themselves for real.
But then they want to whitewash
They want to whitewash us.
barbarian.
But like you said, there's a black sister in the show, right?
Yeah.
There's a black sister in the show, and she's from the how do you say it?
Carthians?
What is it? With
Carthage.
Carthage, there you go. She's from Carthage, and they show them as black people. They show them as all black. So Esau's mad about that. They mad about that. In the comments, they go crazy.
Right.
The hell is
Carthage,
this?
right.
Carthaginians.
Yeah, the Carthaginians. There you go. Hannibal, yep, right. From where Hannibal's from. So the sisters from that tribe and all that, and the people are mad about that on the comments. All right? Play on.
Yeah, we're gonna pull it.
Dreckiger, stinkender Barbar, der seinen eigenen Vater ermordet hat. Genau wie du. Wir kämpfen für unser Land. Werden wir zusammenstehen. Im Krieg und im Frieden.
Taglia ultrapati non possumus.
Man, was going in, huh?
It was going in. And it's hard to see us as that.
Right, man.
It's hard to see us as warriors and just that power.
Right.
We don't see that imagery. But like,
they take it from us. They
take
always
it
taking it from us, man.
So pull that comment up. Y'all got that comment?
So this was on YouTube, right? And so I was peeping this. And there was many, many comments that after this had played, man, but they was all saying the same thing. I was just tripped out. I was like, they go in about Little Mermaid, and they've been changing all our images. They put one spot on this show, man, and Esau was going in. Read that off.
Once I seen the black woman, it just ruined it.
It's over. The whole show is done, man. I can't watch it no more.
They couldn't leave it alone.
I'm not kidding.
Once I seen the black woman, it just ruined it. They couldn't leave it alone. Was having hopes for this series, especially after season 1, especially compared to other English historical series, but it seems the corruption is everywhere
right
now. How sad and disappointing.
Wow.
Right.
You so mad, Esau. The whole thing is corrupt because all y'all in there. Y'all playing
go.
the barbarians. What are you talking
There you
about?
go, officer.
What are you talking about, man?
Hey, you took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was about to say. The corruption is you, Esau.
Right.
Y'all stole everything.
Right.
Y'all stole everything, man. We can't have nothing.
Even a grape, bro. Y'all just take everything.
Everything.
Hence the term culture vulture.
Culture vultures.
Real,
That's
bro.
right.
All right, so that was the visual. So let's get back to the history of the Halloween. There's a couple things. We're going to finish out the video, y'all, but what we want to do is, highlight a couple of points, all right? Just remember some of these key words, all right? We were at about 1 minute, I believe.
Yeah, play back like 30s. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we was fighting. If y'all put that on the screen real quick.
Yeah, put that on the screen.
So all this area officers, what you saying, this is where we was all fighting at, all that stuff.
Right, this is what we all ruled this. Go back, put on the screen, y'all. Yeah, so we ruled all these areas and we started migrated to Asia Minor, right? That's where you have the Gauls. They started migrating there, and then Rome named them Galatians, right? That's where Rome renamed them Galatians, the Gauls. Or in our Bible, it says the Frenchmen, because we migrated from there. Okay, so play on.
Scotland, the UK, and parts of Northern Europe based their calendar on the Wheel of a Year, essentially divided into two halves, the light and the dark. When one gave way to the other, this transition was marked by a fire festival. The word Samhain translates into modern Irish to summer's end. Samhain celebrated the dead, and particularly the celebratory feast paid homage to loved ones who had passed away recently, essentially as an invitation for their spirits to rejoin the living. Many of Samhain's original rituals have been lost, but what we do know of their holiday traditions from Celtic folklore and ancient Roman historians is that they were intended to connect them to spirits, including costumes, most likely animal or furs to help them hide from the unfriendly ones, feasting, and making lanterns from hollowed-out gourds, seemingly the birth of the modern pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. Sacrifices, generally of crops or animals, were made during this time as an offering to the spirits.
Stop right there.
It was popular for tricks or pranks.
It said sacrifices to crops and animals, right? But we're going to show later on that they were sacrificing way more than that.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, they was going in. Nah, we going to knock this thing out, and then we going to touch them points.
Hey, officer, real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Like when they said that once the seasons changed, it gave way from light unto dark. And you see that in a lot of shows with Esau. Like, take, for instance, that show with the dragons. What's the show with
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, right? They would always say winter is coming.
Right.
Why would they say that, right? It's the same thing that they're doing in these shows, right? They would worship those things.
Right. It was real heavy on the seasons, man. We going to touch on that. That's you in the spirit, officer. That's a real good point. Play on.
To be played by humans and blamed on mischievous spirits. As a result of the Roman invasion, with most of the Celtic land being conquered by Rome in 43 CE, the spread of Christianity and Catholicism would force pagan Celtic traditions to evolve or be completely repressed. In part, many Celtic traditions and popular pagan practices were reframed to fit within a Christian narrative, as a way of converting people with greater comfort and ease. Samhain would evolve into All Saints' Day,
Pause
which is
right
also
there.
referred to.
You see that? Remember that. It says Samhain will evolve into All Saints' Day. Okay.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds real familiar.
Okay. So remember that. We're gonna touch on that too. Play on.
As All Hallows Day, and was intended to be a day to celebrate the Christian saints and martyrs. Essentially, instead of honoring pagan gods and mischievous spirits, they now celebrated Christian figures. While the sacrifices were replaced by food offerings to the poor, the tricks and pranks continued, but instead they were now attributed to the spirits of the saints. Halloween evolved as a more secular version of All Hallows Eve, and eventually it would become more popular and common practice than All Saints' Day. While Halloween has its origins in the British Isles, there's a great disparity in its popularity in former British colonies. The Puritans who came to colonize America were Protestant and did not celebrate holidays of the Catholic Church, as they were believed to lead to idolatry. In the early days of the American colonies, celebrations of Halloween were mostly forbidden as they were deemed too pagan or too Catholic by the Protestant colonizers, though elements of it began to incorporate into secular harvest-related events in the 1800s.
I think it said too Catholic.
The mid-19th century saw a large influx of immigrants entering the country, especially Irish immigrants who were greatly impacted by the potato famine. With these people came Halloween customs out of which one of America's favorite holidays was formed. In keeping with the mischief, children would dress in costumes and be given money or fruit for artistic offerings like poetry, songs, or even jokes, instead of prayers. By the late 19th century, children were playing seemingly innocuous pranks on their small local communities. Adults would soon find incentive to dissuade children from playing pranks. Enter trick-or-treating.
The 20th century would finally see the commercialization of Halloween. By the 1920s and 30s, Halloween merchandise evolved to pre-made costumes for both children and adults.
After World War II in the 1950s, the economic boom had candy manufacturers getting on the Halloween bandwagon. Movies and TV are also largely responsible for the proliferation of Halloween as a mass-market holiday. Cinemas in the 50s offered scary movie festivals, and in the 60s, the new television industry began running Halloween specials during Halloween season. By 2015, the National Retail Federation predicted spending on Halloween could reach $6.9 billion.
What? $6.9 billion. Pause right there. So $6.9 billion goes into Halloween. You know how much that's Black and Hispanics and Native Americans?
Probably like 6.8.
Right. 6.8. Right. For real. A lot of that money coming from us. Okay.
Because you know we all about festive stuff, boy.
Play on.
In dollars. Whether you believe that we've lost the meaning or not, Halloween has since evolved far beyond the days of pagan fire festivals. For more than a month out of the year, costume stores show up out of nowhere. Candy corn and Halloween-themed candies dominate whole aisles of grocery stores, and spooky shows and movies build out entire TV station schedules. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to dress up as a gruesome goblin or a sexy cat, or ignore the holiday altogether, Halloween has stood the test of time and proven itself as a holiday that's here to stay.
Bro, it's like a system of evil, man. Golly, they got it down to a science, bro.
To a science.
This thing is a science, bro. As soon as one season ends, here comes Halloween. And it's crazy. This goes really into what's been going on lately. It's like how everything's connected with the media and stuff, because as soon as this season comes around, the movies start changing in the theaters, the grocery stores start changing, everything. The costume stores start pulling up, man. It's a system, man. System of demonic behavior, man. Oh, they shut us down. They shut us down.
All praise to the Most High.
All right, if you online,
Devil is
Israel.
Ross.
Let's see it. What about Austin? Did they shut down too? It was that video. All right, let's get us back up, man. Hey, let me see.
What do you mean? The YouTube trailer that they put out.
The YouTube trailer they put out.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Are we still live though? They watching us?
No, we still got people on.
Was that because we didn't have a?
No, it was up there. Yeah, that yeah,
it don't work.
It's not guaranteed.
Okay.